So I'm going to give you 3 things to not do when you're camping in a campground. And the last one is a surefire way to never, ever be able to come back. Hi everybody, I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Welcome to another Be a Better Camper video where we talk about things that we see at our campground in Texas. My wife and I own a campground in Central Texas called Big Chief. We love it most of the time, most of the people most of the time, but every once in a while we get some real crazy stuff that happens. We tell these stories so that you will say, ooh, because the stories that happen to us, they happen all over the country, in hopes that you will say, ooh, we need to be maybe a little bit better when we are in a campground. So I'm going to give you 3 stories real quick that happened recently at Big Chief, and hopefully you can kind of relate to. Not saying that you've done this, but maybe you've seen other people do it. The first one is about lying. And so we have if you bring your dog, we love dogs, but you have to keep your dog on a leash when you're at our campground, like so many campgrounds. And we'll see somebody and they don't have their dog on a leash. You know, it's not that first second, it's not 5 or 10 seconds, but when they obviously don't put them on a leash for 4, 5, 10 minutes, or maybe an hour, it is time to, excuse me. So that's what happened. We had a lady that had a dog that was a nice dog, but obviously she was not following the rules. When you check into a campground, you know that thing that you sign, the rules? It's on the website, it's on your email confirmation, it's on the check-in papers, and you agree to, and then you don't put the dog on a leash, well, you're violating the rules. This lady had a dog that was running around for an hour, 2 hours, without a leash on. She had been told a couple of different times. We had her on camera, and finally I said, you know what, I gotta go and talk to this woman. So the dog's running around, like I said, it's a nice dog. And this lady is just oblivious. And I went over to her and I said, excuse me, ma'am, is that your dog? And she said, yes. And I said, well, you've been told that dog has to be on a leash. And she said, well, it has been. We just now took it off. I said, ma'am, that's not true. She says, it is too true. And I said, well, do the cameras lie? There's cameras right there. And the cameras have been saying that that dog hadn't been on a leash in 2 hours. She looked so angry because she was busted. She just flat out lied to me. Long story short, she's, I'll get the leash. I said, well, thank you very much. You know, your dog seems nice. We love dogs, but not every dog is as nice as your dog. And we have to look ahead and prevent problems. Fast forward a couple of hours. I look down, we're right on the lake, and way down there on the other end of the property, that dog just running loose again. And the lady sees me and she goes, oh. I said, hi, did you find your leash yet? Next thing I know, she had tied it up to a tree, and you know, it's sorry for the dog because it's not the dog's fault, but guess what she did? She spanked the dog. Yeah, spanked the dog. Lies to me, disobeys the rules, and spanks her dog for what? For being a dog. That's not good. The second thing is, we say pick up your big dirty. Not your big dirty, but the dog's big dirty. And so I'm walking behind my cabin, going up and over the little wall there on the stairs, and I looked over, and there's some lady, she's probably 50 yards away from her camper, and she's stooped over and she's picking up the poop underneath this tree. Awesome. And I keep walking, I'm going to my car, and I look and I'm like, where's her dog? And she's still down there, and what is she doing? She's not picking up poop. What? And she's looking to the right and looking to the left and back and forth, and she's pouring this stuff on the roots of my beautiful tree that I'm trying to get to grow. What? I went over there and this goo is all in the dirt, all around this tree. I'm thinking, really? Are you kidding me? And we've got lots of other places. I don't know if it's grease, I don't know what it is, but it's not good for a tree. And when you're going like this, it kind of shows a little bit of guilt, don't you think? So here's the third one. Here's the way not to get invited back to a campground. By the way, I am not at Big Chief right now. My fabulous, and I mean my fabulous staff is working Big Chief in my absence. And I love these people. We've got mainly women that work for us, and they are smart, they are strong, they're hard workers, they support each other. And so our pool, since this COVID thing happened, our pool closes at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. we go down, and I know it's some people say it's early, but that's what we do. We close our pool at 8 p.m. We make sure it's clean. We put chemicals in it. We wipe off all the chairs and everything, so the next day it's nice and clean and presentable. I'm out of town. This is a story that I watched it on video after I heard about this. So it's now 8 o'clock, and one of our lady, workers, goes down and she tries to usher the people out. Well, you won't believe it. They're sitting there drinking, drunker than a skunk, and she tries to get them to leave, and they're not going to leave. We think your rules are too rigid. Well, they've been there for a week. This is the first night they went swimming, and now they're saying the rules are too rigid. She said, I'm sorry, you've got to get out. And they started getting belligerent with us. And so my other workers who heard this commotion, because there's a group of people and they're yelling at my campground worker, come up to the lake, come up to the swimming pool. What's the problem? We think your rules are too strict and we want to stay here and it's not even pitch black dark yet. And one of my work campers, she was so cool. You cannot rattle my team. You can't do it. Even if you're drunk, even if you're a belligerent jerk, you're not going to rattle my team. So guess what this guy does? He goes to berating one of my women work campers. And it pisses me off when somebody is so disrespectful, a guest is so disrespectful that they will not get out of the pool when they're asked to do so. Okay, we had to edit this because I wanted to make 100% certain and be clear of what these people said to my work camper. They said, you are a stupid bucktooth bitch. Stupid bucktooth bitch. Not good, not acceptable. Not in my campground, and to me, not in any campground. How cool is that? Not. You know what she did? Do you know what she did? Nothing. She said, you're entitled to your opinion, sir. I'm going to destroy you on the internet. Well, sir, you're able to do that, but right now you've got to get out of the swimming pool. And my entire team was there at this point. And these drunk people were so angry and they left. Well, okay, that was it. And guess what? They haven't taken to the internet. But that's okay. That's okay if they do. Isn't it funny how when you go and you look up reviews and you'll see 30 5-star reviews. Man, love the place. Nice people, clean, friendly, blah, 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 blah. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Then you get a 1. What does it tell you? Does it tell you that that one person is the smartest person? Everybody else was stupid that gave them a 5-star review? I don't think so. It says something about the person that gave the 1-star review. Anyway, these people did not give us a review at all. But I want to say that campground workers, work campers, as a lot of people call them, are some of the most, some of the least respected, least appreciated people that you will run into in the campgrounds. They work their tails off. They deal with drunks and idiots and speeders, and they have to maintain their cool. And my team, it's taken a long time to find a good team, a good crew of people. And they work together as a team. And the reason people come back, we've got a pretty nice place. We like it. Most people kind of like it, but they love the people that we have there. They love the rules that we have, because the rules are there not to keep you from having fun, but to keep you from having an accident, to make sure that everybody has fun. So those are 3 things that happened to us recently. I want to encourage everybody to, when you're making a reservation at a campground, please, before you make the reservation, read the friggin' rules. Does that not make sense? I know you're paying $40 or $50 or whatever it is per night. I don't care. Read the rules. If you don't read them when you're booking your trip, when you call up or you make your online reservation and they send you your email confirmation, that might be a good time to read the rules. If you don't do it then, maybe sometime between then and when your camping trip is, might be a good time to read the rules. If you don't do that, how about reading the rules when you get there? But to ignore the rules and then to complain that you don't like the rules is not a good thing. So, again, I'm Alan Warren. In addition to having a campground in Central Texas, I do a radio show called the RV Show USA. We also do a weekly live stream, runs on YouTube and on many of our Facebook groups about RVing and camping. We do that every Wednesday night starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you like this video, if you like these real stories from campgrounds, we hope that you will subscribe to the channel, maybe hit the notification bell, post a comment down below, and check out the beabettercamper.com website. It's up and running. It's all about helping everybody, encouraging them to be a better camper. If you see something going on in a campground, and it's sometimes it's very uncomfortable. You know this. It's uncomfortable to go and approach somebody. If they're drunk, if they're ugly, if they're belligerent, if you're afraid that they're going to assault you verbally or physically, it's difficult. Sometimes when you go to the campground office and you say, hey, the people over there in site 42, they're doing such and such. When you do that, guess what the office will do sometimes? not our campground, but a lot of times they go, the people right across from you reported you. Not cool. So if you want to report somebody, it's got to be bad behavior, not some petty stuff, but really over the top bad behavior that's ruining the experience for others, that's dangerous possibly. Report it at beabettercamper.com. Doesn't cost you anything. If you'd like to remain anonymous, you can do so. And it instantly, bam, goes up on the internet. And it is a network of 15,000 plus campgrounds all across our great country, where campgrounds are finally going to have an opportunity to figure out, you know what? We don't want the people with that license plate coming to our campground. And it's a way to get rid of bad campers. The good news is there's so many campers coming into the business now, or coming into RVing, that filling up a campground is not difficult. So we want to weed out the bad ones, make room for the good ones, and encourage everybody to be on their best behavior. Again, I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. I close every video by saying the same thing. Be safe, have fun, play nice, don't leave your good manners at home, and by all means, remember to always, always try and be a better camper.